Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back. We are here for another episode of The Traitors. And while this one looked like it was going to be awful, I got everything I wanted. So let's get right into it. Okay.
Oh my.
Geez, you okay over there? My goodness.
Yeah, I'm all right. Okay.
Well, as always, I am Gina Morgino. I am joined with my two faithful friends,
Okay over
Kyle
there? My
Petty.
goodness. Yeah, I'm all right.
Why am I hearing myself back to
Well,
myself?
as always,
What's happening? Whose phone is
Somebody,
that?
It's definitely
somebody
not me.
scream as it's happening.
Is it over?
What was that?
My goodness. Well, and we lost one. Okay, well, I was going to say I'm joined by my faithful friends, Kyle Petty and Jen Dumpy, and we are also joined by our friends Billy and Brian from the Reality Guys, but Brian is now MIA, so I don't know what's happening.
The Traitors took out Brian.
Yeah, clearly. My goodness,
Yeah.
what a chaotic opening we have. Wow.
The Traitors murdered Brian.
Right before our very eyes.
Hey, gang.
Hi, welcome back. Good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you.
Good to be back. I missed you guys.
Yeah, good to
Miss
have
you.
you.
Miss you.
Well, before we dive in, does anybody have anything that they want to get off their chest?
Danielle Reyes is terrible.
Yes.
Ah,
Duh.
It was
That's
really crazy. Like,
but
That's all I want to say. That's all I want to say.
literally right from the jump, we open and they're in the turret, and I think it was Rob was like, all right, like, who do we want to murder tonight? And she was like, I couldn't care less. And they went, okay. And then every single name that was said, she was like, I don't want to do that. And it's like, girl, you just said you didn't care.
Yeah, and then Rob's like, really, Danielle? Like, really? Like,
He's like, you already voted for me. Can you just like help me out here a little bit? Can we just get through this? I want to go to bed.
exactly. Which, by the way, is another complaint about Danielle, because I don't want to jump too far ahead, but we get to tonight's roundtable, and Danielle's like struggling so hard to vote for Boston Rob. It's like, you just voted for him at the last roundtable. Now all of a sudden, yeah, it's like now all of a sudden it's a problem for you. Like,
she's jittering, dude.
What are you doing here? Like, what? Yeah, Danielle, what are you doing here? Have you ever played one of these games before? Ever?
That's the, like, I've also been having a big problem with, like, because I've seen it, I think even just tonight we had it in Carolyn and in Danielle's, but everybody's like, I don't know, man. I just don't trust Rob. I want to get him out of here, but I don't think I have the numbers and I'm scared. And we've had that for like 3 weeks in a row. And it's like, if you all just freaking do it, you'd get rid of him. Just do it.
If they all literally did the same thing they did the first time they denied Boston Rob getting in the game, he would be out.
Yep.
They already voted against him. Just do the same thing again. Like, I don't understand.
It's like,
you already got him out of the game once. Get him out again. Like, what?
Like, everyone just keeps saying, oh, it's like, Rob just keeps strong-arming me. And it's like, wow, if only he were outnumbered and could go home.
Yeah, they roll over like dogs.
Like, it's crazy.
That's really one of the biggest reasons that it was like painful for him to even be in this game, because like he didn't even have to do anything to rattle people, and it was like frustrating to watch. And like, but I do understand a little bit of like Danielle's hesitance at this point, because regardless how that turret started off, they still did agree on somebody, even it was a ridiculous decision. And then like to now be trying to say, oh, we're going to go forward, even though we all knew it was crap, to vote for him again after you said that it was okay. If he doesn't go, that is a real mess. It's a real mess.
But, yeah, it's a real mess.
I did understand the hesitation there, because like you've already made so many errors. Like, I mean, you can't keep compounding.
It's a real mess. It's a real mess. But I cannot give Danielle any credit or grace for this, because her whole plan was to eliminate Carolyn in order to recruit a new traitor to then take out Boston Rob. And it's like, no, you could have just taken out Boston Rob.
Get rid of him.
Like, what are you doing? Like,
No, I mean, I don't disagree with that part of it, but like, if you're gonna whittle it down to like whether or not like she should be hesitating to do it a second time, I mean, I can understand that the second thought at the very least. Like, that's what I'm saying.
I don't know. If you're Danielle, you've already voted against Boston Rob. You've already thrown Carolyn under the bus. Now you're having second thoughts. Now, like,
Yeah, John, I'm with you. I think she's terrible, but like I think like why is she standing up for Derek when if you have him eliminate Derek, that sets the table for him to go home, and she's like defending Derek to stay, and she's like, oh, I want to get rid of him so bad. That's your golden ticket to get rid of him, and you don't have to do anything.
Like I feel like I right from the jump. First of all, I was elated that Derek was the murder choice because I am so sick of seeing this man on my TV. I don't want to see him on anything anymore. But like immediately, I was like, that is a crazy choice, especially when Rob is typically the one leading the charge in the murders. It's like that immediately casts suspicion on you. And like, yeah, he like had his way to justify it to try to take the heat off of him by being like, no, they would absolutely do that to make me look more suspicious. But as we're gonna see, that's happened so many times before this that it's like, well, that argument doesn't really hold water. Like it's you, babe. Like you did it, you know?
I mean, you could trick this group of faithful though.
I feel like Boston Rob though going for Derek here was like really stupid.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. It's crazy.
Yeah, no, I agree about that. Like I feel like because Wes was just banished, right? So now you're gonna murder Derek. All right. Well, now the whole theory of one of the new people being a traitor, you're the only one left, and you made that happen by murdering Derek.
Mhm.
And nobody made that argument though. Like, no one said that. Like,
Honestly, until you just said it, I forgot that that was even a point.
There are several people left still too that could be murdered that wouldn't draw attention to anyone, right?
Yep.
You, Ivar, Sandoval. There's people there that like are not ostensibly connected to anyone, but they just refuse, and they just refuse, and they always make it way tougher than it has to be, and that's like been the story of this whole season is watching.
Yeah, there's so many easy targets.
Just frankly, just refusing to play the game that has 7-8 different seasons amongst the different countries. Like, just play the game how it's supposed to be in the beginning. And also, we talked about like things we want to get off our chest off the top. I got something I want to get off my chest. Stop with the burn votes. What is up with the burn votes in this game? Chriselle shouldn't be allowed to vote anymore.
Yeah,
Chriselle has never voted for a single right person. She votes for Sandoval over and over. We get it. We get it already. But I am so sick of Gabby. Well, actually, I didn't believe either of these two. I spent this whole half hour fighting about it, but I'm just going to randomly vote for another. Enough. They should start like rescinding votes from these people.
Wow.
Chriselle, I mean, I agree 100%, and I think Chriselle is the worst offender of this. It's like Chriselle just like wakes up one day and is like, "Oh, this person's annoying me, so I'm gonna vote for them tonight at the round table." It's like it's nothing game related. It's just like Chriselle's vibes that she like goes off like based off of like that. That's all it is. I'm so tired of Chriselle. Gabby, I'm like slightly less annoyed about.
I love Gabby.
I love Gabby.
No, Gabby
Yeah.
I'm obsessed with Gabby.
I enjoy Gabby. I do. Like I just enjoy her personality. But Chriselle, she can go kick rocks. Like she can go kick rocks. Seriously.
I've watched every season of Selling
She is
Sunset.
so
She
annoying.
Is the worst.
She is so annoying, Chriselle. I'm so tired of it.
They should try to keep her around, like Danielle and Carolyn, because she's so clueless.
I really appreciate it.
her to be a
Dolores still
traitor.
doubling down on her Tom vote. Like, you know, Dolores will not let it go. And I really appreciate that. She's just like, Tom. She doesn't care what else is going on. She just keeps voting for Tom. And I think it's great.
I feel like Dolores, Chriselle, and Tom are like playing their own game. That's not even
They
like
are.
associated with the Traitors.
Tom's point.
Like,
But I
yes,
kind of
but
like
also,
it because
like-
at least it's consistent. It's not chaotic. Like they're doing the same thing over
but
and over and over, and it's like I kind of like it.
And like, not for nothing, Tom randomly had some good takes in this episode. I was like, where did you come from, and why do you know what's happening?
He's been trying to tell you all, listen to me.
His stock's so low as it is to begin with, but like I mean, a tick up. I mean, it's, I guess good for him, but he's still a weirdo.
Oh,
I
he's
don't
so
like
he's
him.
Yeah.
I like the
Sweaty,
sweatsuit
sweaty
guy, though.
tits.
I'm a big sweatsuit guy.
Yeah, I love it, you guys, Bill. Yeah. You go. Sorry, Bill.
No, I was just complimenting his sweatsuit.
He
Yeah, I just
damn
love
good
hearing you three
at
talk about him because you don't know the
Sorry,
show.
goddamn.
Like you haven't seen him. So I like hearing your like input on like, oh, Tom's weird. And it's like, yeah, you don't even. That's not even the beginning of it.
Listen,
I mean, I saw early Tom. I don't know like Tom.
It was like a
of
penis
today.
split.
I can get behind a nice, classy sweatsuit. I can get behind that. But when you're covered in sweat, I can't support you. I can't support you. Listen, eating eggs should not make you drenched in sweat. Eating eggs should not make that happen.
Yikes. I'm trying to think. I feel literally.
Yeah, lead us on, Gina.
No, I was just trying to think. Like, I don't think anything notable happened at like literally like Derek got murdered. Nobody really cared. But the one thing that did make me laugh was Gabby being like, I don't know. I feel like, Ivor's probably an easy target. I don't know. I haven't really seen a lot of people saying his name. And like, I didn't think he would survive last time. And he did. And then he on the other side of the table was like, and I survived right now. And she was like, back. Like, just did not notice he was in the room at all. I was like, I love her so much. She's perfect.
Great.
I did say that in our review last week that I'm low key rooting for Ivar to win because he's just been there. He's just
like, why is he there? Him and Sam. I'm just every time I see them, I'm like, oh my god, you're still here.
Listen,
Sam spoke tonight. Sam
got some screen time.
Yeah, Sam
sure
sucks
did.
though. He sucks. Also, I'm sorry. Listen, I cannot root for Ivor to win. I'm sorry. I what do you mean why?
Ivor sucks.
Ivor
is like, dude, Ivor's like us. Like Ivor's basically getting.
He is not like us.
He is not us.
We are.
What do you mean?
He's just
Ivor-
live watching.
No. Shut up right now.
He's not evil, but he's rolling. Like,
No. Billy DeMarco. Billy DeMarco. You need to stop talking. All right. Ivor he's literally a royal. He's not like
I don't
us.
care what people do outside of a game. I just like the character in the show.
You don't care what he does outside of the game. He doesn't do anything.
Not one goddamn bit.
He's literally a royal. He's never had to do anything his entire life. His whole life has been being born a royal.
I know a lot of non-royals
Being
that
rich.
haven't done anything their whole lives. I mean, that doesn't make me hate them.
All right. Okay. All right. We need to move on, I guess.
Wow.
He's like playing.
All right.
Boom, Ivor wins.
I'm not. We need to move on. I'm not going to give this much grace to somebody who was born into a royal family, and doesn't care about anybody else.
Wow, tensions are high tonight. My goodness gracious.
I mean, is anyone actually mad about this?
Wow.
I'm not actually mad about anything. I just can't believe how much you celebrate this royal asshole who's never had to work for anything a day in his life.
Yeah, but you're thinking too much outside the game. He's just a guy.
I just didn't like him because he had all the girls getting out of the boat. That's the only reason I didn't like him.
Whoa.
Wow.
So this competition, huh?
I actually like it.
I would have been Chriselle big time in this competition because absolutely not one single chance. I'm not putting my hand in that box. I'm not going near these creepy crawlies. It's not gonna happen. Absolutely not.
I'd put my hand in the box.
I would do it.
Yeah, I wouldn't have pulled out as soon as she did. Like, I think I would have been done when they dumped the bugs on their like directly on their head, like that.
Oh, I would have been out way before that.
Yeah, that would have been enough for me.
I don't like the snake. I know it might be crazy, but I'm not loving this. I feel I might be able to deal with the bugs. I'm not a big snake guy. I don't know if I'd love this. The snake might just be too much. Like you already got the bugs, and then you get the snake on you. I would be okay. That's too much.
No, whatever that second thing, it was a scorpion, whatever that was. No, I'm out. I'm out.
Yeah, tailless scorpion or
tailless scorpion.
Yeah, something like that.
I didn't like looking at it. I was watching the whole episode like this. I was like, I can't be a part of this. I can't do it.
So would you rather do that or an eating challenge?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying,
I'm
right?
out.
And eating,
out.
I'd have a hard time with an eating challenge, but this kind of thing, you just gotta have bugs crawl on your hands, and you gotta put a snake on your shoulders. None of this stuff is gonna kill you.
Yeah, they're not gonna put you in danger.
Yeah, the show is legally not allowed to put you in danger of being hurt or killed.
They dumped cockroaches on their heads.
On their heads.
That's not gonna kill you.
I would rather do this.
It might kill me.
I'd stay locked in.
Might kill me.
The second smartest thing Tom did tonight was wear a hat.
Very smart.
Which
that was disgusting. Oh my gosh! To see the bugs all like crawling around it though was. God, like no way. No.
I have to say that, like, I am not a Boston Rob stan, but he was a great partner to Sierra in this competition.
He was. You're right. He was. He was a good coach through this moment.
Like, he really helped her out big time.
Yeah. No, I think that made a difference for their team. Like, it definitely, Sierra would not have survived this challenge, I don't think, if it wasn't for Boston Rob.
Oh no,
probably not.
I also just like.
Could he just hold her hand like hard as he could and not even let go? You know what I mean? Like they're kind of locked in there, and he's like just pulling it.
Refuse to
disengage.
I mean, in theory, I guess.
Because Alan was giving the wrong times. He's like, it's only been 3 minutes, and it was like 4 minutes and 50 seconds.
I didn't catch that. That's actually really funny.
Yeah, it was also really weird because they just kept flipping from like couple to couple, and like you didn't really know what time was for anyone. I was like, I can't really follow this. I'm like, I guess just like whenever it's over, it's over. It's like I didn't really love that end of it.
It felt like they didn't really show all of the different stations that each pair was at.
Yeah, I guess it was kind of all over the place.
Yeah, but.
I honestly like didn't really even notice that much because I was actively trying to not watch this competition. But like, I will also say like this game, any game, whatever game, the duo of Gabby and Carolyn is something that I would watch for hours. I like give me the two of them doing anything together, and I will be seated.
So Gabby and Carolyn on The Amazing Race.
I would watch every episode.
Oh, Gabby would be so good on The Amazing Race. And what's funny is like that. I don't think Gabby's gonna care when she finds out that Carolyn was a traitor, but I feel like Carolyn feels very guilty that she is lying to Gabby. And that's an interesting dynamic. But I do think she's gonna protect them when we talk about where are we gonna do with this 6 people in the church stuff.
Yeah, Gabby has like become one of my very favorites on the whole season.
I love her so much.
Right?
We reviewed. She was on The Bachelor, and then she was actually on the season where there was 2 bachelorettes at the same time. They called it like the Bachelorettes. So we did like 20 something episodes with her, and she's so fun and genuine. There's no like reality extra aspirations. I think she just literally did this because she thought it would be fun. She's not like trying to push anything, and her quotes are classic.
Yeah,
I like discovered her TikTok like 2 weeks ago, and I literally just like sat and swiped. I was like, this might be the funniest person I've ever seen in my life. Just, put her on everything. If they murder her, I'm gonna be so freaking mad. They're not. Don't leave her alone. Leave her alone.
Travesty.
But yeah, I'm trying to think anything else from the competition. We like never discuss the competitions this much. I feel like they're usually like not relevant, but this one I was very upset about.
I'm trying to think more, but
I'm trying
there
to
was
think
no
even,
there was no shields, right, in this comp.
no,
Sure, there were.
there were. Yeah, because then
Technically.
when
Yeah,
Chriselle pulled her hand out, that automatically gave Rob and Sierra a shield, and then after
Oh,
everybody
that's
else didn't
oh,
have
yeah,
to,
that's
she
right.
everyone
put
who
her
won
hand
the
back in the
duel was
freaking
That's
safe.
box.
right. So there was, but they didn't actually like. We didn't
They
actually
didn't
see the
hand
shield.
no,
It was
yeah,
like
Yeah,
safety
you're right.
more than the
but
shield.
but Alan did tell us. Yeah, you're right. I forgot about
So
that. So
6
Alan,
out of the 12 were safe.
right.
And that's
So
like the other
who
the 6
actually?
vulnerable or the 6 going to the thing tonight, right?
Okay,
Too. Like
okay. So
Yeah,
who
so
one was
actually?
Carolyn though.
So who actually got them?
it would have been Rob, Sierra,
Rob,
Danielle,
Sierra,
and
Danielle,
Brittany,
and Brittany.
and
So was Carolyn also one?
Sam's team
no,
won. Wasn't it Sam and Ivar got the ring?
Sam.
yes,
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
so technically Carolyn, but like that doesn't count. But so then it's Gabby, Tom, Dylan, Chriselle, and
Dolores.
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 Okay. Okay.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are the 5 that are vulnerable because, like you said, Carolyn's the 6th.
Yeah.
So we don't. They did. They did. So you guys, I'm assuming you guys didn't watch this season of UK, right? That just finished.
I didn't. I don't know if they did.
I couldn't finish it. All of a sudden, it starts telling me that my VPN was noticing
Really?
that I was using a VPN and it stopped working.
They did. Yeah, we won't. I won't get it. The seasons are basically following pretty similarly. They're doing a
Mhm.
lot of the same challenges and eliminations and things. So we have an idea. Brian, I have an idea of how this could go, but obviously we won't get into that. But it's I'm very intrigued to see how next week goes. But it's
Mhm.
definitely going to be. I'm curious to see what the U.S. fans think of this. I guess when a challenge or whatever you want to call this next thing, this next elimination.
Right.
Interesting.
Okay.
I'm trying to think. Before we went into the roundtable, I feel like it was really just a lot of like the Brittany blame game. Like all of a sudden now, because Derek said one time because Brittany told Dylan not to listen to Derek. Now Brittany is 1000% a traitor, and everybody needs to be on board with voting her out. And it's like,
Oh, she's
hold
been
on.
pretty suspicious though.
I mean, she just hasn't really spoken up, which, like, I guess in its own way could be seen as suspicious. But I feel like I haven't really seen her do anything that's outwardly like, I
Well,
don't know about that.
yeah, but I feel like she's been suspicious because she like hasn't said anything, and then at a round table where there's a bunch of evidence being presented, which makes a lot of sense against Rob, she's like mouthing across the table, "No, don't do it, don't do it." And it's like, Brittany, like you haven't had anything to say, and now all of a sudden you're like being all gung ho, like, "No, don't vote this way." Like, what do you know, Brittany? Why haven't you been telling us?
I'm almost then I kind of agree with that, but I'm also more so like disappointed with Dylan because early in the season and we're like reviewing, I'm like, this guy is on the ball. Like he is really good. He is sniffing people out. He is
Mhm.
making logical arguments. And he just gives up on his own good arguments and thoughts. And like he has just been blind following. And I'm kind of, like I said, I've been disappointed with him the last few
Yeah.
weeks. So I'm hoping, frankly, I like him. So I'm
Yeah.
hoping the next few weeks maybe he gets back on track now that Rob's gone. But like he's
Well,
definitely
Rob
made a
and
little bit
Derek, I
more.
feel like, had him wrapped around their finger.
Yeah, he hasn't fared well to this back half of episodes so far. But like I said, I do like him.
Yeah,
Mhm.
no, I honestly, Billy, I totally agree. I like Dylan, and like I thought he was doing a great job in the first half of the season, and since then, I'm like, I feel like he's been a little bit blinded, and part of it is
Yeah.
because like he had suspicions, and Boston Rob helped him take out that first target, right, with Bob the drag queen,
Mhm.
and it's like it's made him stop thinking strategically. Because it's like, all right, I had one of my targets out. Now I've got a Boston Rob on my side. It's like, no, Boston Rob is the snake that you should be watching out for. Like,
Yeah.
but
I agree.
Poor Dylan.
Yeah, I feel bad. And he was like very clearly like so upset to be like he was like, oh, like I was like misted, like I didn't see this coming, and like he looked very like genuinely upset that he was following along with Rob and Rob was lying to him, and I was like, ooh, unfortunately that is the game you signed up to play. I don't know how to tell you, but like it'll be okay.
You'll be all right one day.
It was interesting because there was a moment like towards the beginning of this roundtable, I was like, is this really gonna happen again? Because everybody's compiling their list of reasons about why Boston Rob is suspicious and like whatever. And he immediately starts monologuing about how no, well, actually, the person you really need to be looking at is Brittany. And he goes on the whole thing of like, she's the person of these are the people that I suspect, and Brittany's the only one that's played a strategic game that would know to think 2 steps ahead and blah blah blah. And I was like, oh no, he's gonna talk his way out of this again. I cannot believe I'm watching this happen again.
And no one calls him out on all that stuff. Like every time you allow him to mount his defense and make this big grand statement, like you fall for it. Like stop it. I was so happy to see that this stopped.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
I don't. It's just, like you know, we kind of talked about it earlier, but it's like the way that he just steamrolls is so frustrating, and it's also like you. I don't know if it's like something that they're like quote unquote not allowed to think about or talk about or whatever, but it's like, you know, in the same way that last season, it's like you're not going to have Dan Giesling be on the show and they're not going to make him a traitor. Like that's just not going to happen. You're not
Right.
going to have Boston Rob be cast on a show about lying and manipulation and not have him be the liar and the manipulator. Like there's no way that he's going to be a faithful from a casting standpoint, you know?
Yeah.
I think honestly, frankly, like people are saying Rob has played an average game. And I've kind of always said even when we started this season that Rob probably knew going into this that he had a very small chance of actually winning this show, right? Everyone's gonna know who he is. It's just you have a target. It's like with like Johnny Bananas, that type of thing. It's just like, oh, you're one of those guys, Tony. So I think frankly, he just almost went for the more entertaining moves, frankly, and more so almost went to have more fun with it than trying to lay low and actually, I mean, because again, once you make him a traitor from the start as well, that's such a small shot of that guy making it
Oh yeah.
all the way through. Or even frankly, I'm surprised he made it as far as he did.
Yeah, no, I'm shocked he made it as far as he did. I don't know how he didn't get clocked sooner. Because even when he was getting clocked, there were enough people being like, "No, that can't be right." It's like, what do you mean that can't be right? It's Boston Rob. what are you talking about?
Do you think that like when he was introduced as a potential player into the game and the cast rejected him, like should he have been allowed to enter in? Like I'm not opposed to like the game introducing other players later on, but like once Rob has been given a chance to enter the game, should he be given another chance to enter it?
Like we already said
It's
no to
like
this guy.
especially because that's the thing too, is that like you were brought out, you were given a chance to be put into the game, the cast said no, and now that same person is being brought into the cast without giving like the rest of the cast a chance anymore. They already voted him no, but now he's just being put in without any of their input again. Like I don't know, like it just seems weird. It's like
I feel that way. I feel that way more so like if you're watching like the other countries' iterations, they're like non-celebrities, right? So like I would definitely feel that a little bit more. But like I think of Boston Rob, they're bringing him on for the entertainment factor. The U.S. one, honestly, with the celebrities is a little bit more that way. In retrospect, right? If you really don't want somebody to be in the game, let them play the game and get rid of them the first round, and you could just vote them out, right? Like instead of because
Yeah.
they had to have thought if they reject this guy, there's no way that he's gonna come back Like, are you serious, guys? Like, it's
Right,
like,
especially because he is a celebrity. It's not like you got rid of like some random civilian, and then all of a sudden they just lost their chance at this point. Like, no, this is a guy like he flew all the way to Scotland just to go home and like never play. Like,
Yeah.
like,
Oh, no, thank
Well, then
you.
I wish, but then I wish that they had never had the first like option
yeah,
of
I
Or just
agree.
like
having him
introduce
brought
him the
in.
way that
Yeah,
Wes and
it's
Derek
like
were.
just have the original players start the game, and then have the three, you know, cages or whatever brought up there, and then that's the first time they see Boston Rob and Wes and Derek, and it's just like, all right, these players are just in the game now. It's like, why have this like
It was such
fake
a
vote
random like
where
intro.
we like why even have this fake vote where we're gonna like reject Boston Rob and then bring him in later anyway? Like that kind of pisses me off. It's like,
It's
let's
actually
just
very
start
fair.
the
well,
game.
except maybe it wasn't fake. Like if they would have put somebody in, then you would have now taken out that other person because remember you had to swap a spot, and then that
I
person
would
still comes back.
Well, sure,
Like,
but I'd rather it then be different people. Like, if you're just gonna have Boston Rob come in to be rejected, and then he's gonna be let in anyway, I'd rather it be like a Dr. Will or something. Do you want to vote Dr. Will in? Oh no, you don't. Well, then we're gonna have
mm,
Boston Rob, Derek, and Wes come in instead. It's like I'd rather like why like, if you're gonna like present one person as a possible entry to the game, and the whole cast is gonna say no, and then you're just gonna let that person in anyway. It's like, what was the point of this?
It's a lot of extras and masks.
Yeah, I just,
no, no.
I mean, be true. That was the first like 9-10 minutes of the season. I would have rather had 9-10 more minutes of the first episode of other things.
right, yeah.
Fair enough.
It's like, all right, oh yeah, we got a whole segment where the whole cast rejected Boston Rob, and then 2 episodes later he joined the cast anyway. All right, well, what a waste of time. Like,
Yeah.
Well, you know what we have not talked about yet that Kyle worked so hard to bring to us on today is
Yes.
we have been doing a disservice to our dear sweet host Alan Cumming because he is giving us fashion on this show and we have not given it the shine it deserves. Like, look at this man. Look at him.
Wow.
Are we kidding?
I mean, I found all the photos, but you're not gonna shout me out at all, huh?
Wow.
I thought she just did.
She said, "My dear sweet Kyle."
Well, Kyle put them in the graphics. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Womp womp.
I'm sorry.
I didn't spend my day off looking for
You
these photos.
you both
but,
did a very good job, and I'm very appreciative of all of the work that you do, and I love you so much.
Are there any Ivar pictures?
Definitely not. I actually don't love this outfit so much. I'll be honest with you.
Whoa.
I don't know if I don't love the chest plate. I don't know why.
This particular
Yeah.
one is not my favorite on the season.
No, definitely not.
He
Yeah,
still
I
still
don't
looks
love
better. He still looks better than Julie Chen in denim, you know, on a double eviction night. But
Sure.
He's very sporty right now.
yeah.
I love a cape.
Yeah, I like this
Yeah.
one.
I mean, the thing about this is, like, you know, when you try to remove the background here, this is really in a field, and this is with the grass in the background. So really,
Yeah, you lose a lot of the
no.
context.
Oh,
Yeah.
I take it
yeah,
back.
it was
That
yes.
is cool now.
So it wasn't so much a cape as it was lace that is now being
Still a cape.
confused.
It's just a sheer cape.
I don't
This
like
was-
it much now.
Yeah.
This
It's like
was out.
broccoli
I
growing.
don't like it.
He
This
ruined
was-
it.
Then when I looked at it, I was like, "This."
Cool.
I don't remember this. I was like, "Oh, wait a minute, that's grass."
This
Right,
this
yeah,
this
there's
was
trees
Alan
back there.
going green. This is Alan going green. Here.
It was like a
Hey, man.
headmaster.
Terrible.
Wow.
I love this
now-
one.
Look at him.
This
I love
was
this. This is
it.
my
This is
favorite.
it.
Oh, it's so
This is my
good.
favorite.
This was
I
the
really
we
like
were saying this was the one with the
glittery
doors.
pants.
I love the glittery pants.
Yeah, I think this
Yeah.
was like the horror door one.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
He is
Which
the
is
circus
also
master.
a really dumb challenge. That was a really dumb challenge. They never should have gotten so wrong so often.
Because they're very dumb, Kyle.
Yeah, this cast is
really
not
are.
really a brainy one.
It's rough. It's a tough watch. It's a really tough watch.
I will say in the
Um,
UK, the cast that they did this before, they did very well. They didn't. They got through they only had to go through half their people, and they got through.
That's expected. That's expected. It shouldn't be such a problem. You can hear each other. I mean, I
Looking for the
really
right
don't know
chord.
what the problem was there. Honestly.
They had a really hard time with that one. Oof, it's so cute. You don't like it. You don't like this one either?
Hate this one.
No, I like
What do you
it.
hate about this, Billy? What do you hate about this?
This one looks incomplete to me.
I think
You
it's
just don't see the
fantastic.
vision.
It looks like it's in progress. Like he is a mannequin, and they're working it out.
No, it's
They're
so
not done yet.
good.
They're working it out. Yeah, this is what we wore. This is when the boys were in the cages, right? This is what he was wearing for that challenge.
Yeah,
I don't remember what's from where, honestly.
I love this. The dark shirt with the yellow plaid on top, just a hint of it. But then you got the plaid kilt on the bottom with the sort of the skeleton of the skirt.
I like the cagey skirt.
Yeah, no, it looks like the cage, which makes total sense for introducing 3 new players in cages.
This is who I'm going to tell my son Madam Web was.
Not Madam Web.
It is Madam Web.
Yeah, I don't know. I had mixed feelings on it. Like, 'cause I felt like the skirt was. I liked it in theory. I didn't like it from every angle. Like this particular photo and angle of it, I don't love. But there were some of the aerial shots that I did enjoy that I thought looked really cool. So it really depends on where you were and where you're looking at it for me. But
I love it.
I mean, the next one was really my favorite of the 5 that were rounded up.
Oh yeah.
My goodness.
Yeah. Very, welcome to America, the Statue of Liberty. We thank you, France.
I remember this episode, the reveal of the costume. I gasped. I was like, "Oh my gosh!"
Yes. Yeah, this is great. This one's really great.
Yeah, Billy.
No, I have no problems. Looks like Mr. Freeze.
I have no problems. I love how. Wait, Billy, how do you feel about Alan's look here? I have no problems.
I have no problems with it.
I support it.
I don't really have any critiques. I have no notes.
No notes.
Is there anything that you that stands out that you really enjoy about the look?
It looks like a Ric Flair sleeve going on there. I mean, I have an idea. I mean, maybe you could have different colored sleeves hanging. That might be cool. But I don't know. That could be fun.
I mean, I feel like this is a Statue of Liberty inspired look, though.
Why isn't he carrying a torch or something then, or a book? That would have been cool.
I mean, I can't tell you.
That would have completed it. That really would have solved the issue.
You guys are pressing for notes.
That's what's missing here. That's
what's missing. That's what we needed.
I do like this one for sure.
Yeah.
It's so upsetting that we obviously wouldn't have had the time or the capability to pull something from tonight's episode, because what he was wearing tonight blows everything out of the water. Oh my god, he looked so good. The wedding dress,
the white and the red. Yeah,
oh my god, he looked so
very cool.
Good.
Looked fantastic.
Which everybody looked so good in this episode. All of the challenge outfits, I was like, oh my god, everyone looks amazing.
Except for Tom Sandoval, because he just always looks sweaty.
The outfit was fine. The guy in it was just weird.
He's very strange, but he did look good tonight. He looked good in that suit.
He just makes me so uncomfortable.
He's gross, but he's not I wouldn't say he's unattractive. He's just gross as a person.
That's very true.
Very sweaty.
Still sweaty.
No, that's also true.
Sweaty man. But we still get him for at least another week. Though maybe another week, or maybe another 5 minutes. Who's to say?
Yeah, because he had a pretty big reaction to when he turned around. So
it looked like Gabby kind of did too, though. So I don't know what we're gonna.
Maybe they were just told to do that because we're filming a show. But
who do you think it's gonna be?
Yeah, I was just thinking that I really don't have I don't have a prediction there.
Yeah, especially with Rob being gone, right? Because now the decision is solely in Carolyn and Danielle's hands, right? And it's like I
Mhm.
have no idea, like who are Danielle and Carolyn going to agree on? They've
Well,
been
I
the
feel like
ones,
neither of them have been able to have an opinion this whole time because it's been whatever Boss and Rob wants.
right? I
Yeah.
feel like they haven't.
Whoa.
Oh,
Does anyone else see that?
Whoa.
Okay.
something
Whoa.
strange just happened.
This has been the weirdest episode we've ever done.
I know this is
Pretty
getting
hack.
very strange. I do see a world in which like maybe it could be Tom because it almost makes sense to kind of like that whole separate game that like Gabby and Dolores and him seem to be playing. It could be good to kind of like maybe just push some of the heat that direction.
Mm. What is happening?
Let's just keep
This is
talking,
offline.
please.
What's going on?
Okay, well, it's time to go.
I removed whatever that random scene was that somebody is hacking us and putting us in here.
My
This
goodness
is
But anyway,
gracious.
my feeling is just I'm excited about what's to come next because I feel like it's crazy that like Danielle and Carolyn have been going after each other so much, like so vocally, and now
Mhm.
Rob is gone, and it's like I'm just like I can't figure out who they could possibly agree on to be the person that gets murdered. So the fact that like they have to do this murder face to face, it's like they're gonna have to now come to an agreement, go to this murder. What the hell is happening here? Yeah, right. For real.
My goodness.
But yeah, I'm just excited to see what happens next. Let's get out of
Mhm.
here, I guess. I don't know what's happening.
Yeah,
so.
I feel like I feel like Evie Buck's telling us it's time to go. So do we have anything coming up other than Traitors this week? No, right?
No.
Because Australian Survivor's the week after.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Great. Okay.
Yes.
Well.
What's happening on the reality, guys?
Geez, we have a lot
Not-
coming up and a lot going on. Obviously, we're covering Traders US. We did just finish Traders UK. Love is Blind comes out Valentine's Day, the next season of US.
Woo!
We did also just do Love is Blind Germany, which was surprisingly entertaining. Brian's been doing, oh, look at that. Brian's been doing Love Island, anything Bravo. We've been doing Southern Charm, Southern Hospitality. If you just look up Reality Guys on YouTube, check out our playlist. You'll find something that you're into that we're covering. And like I said, there's usually a video out every day. So check it out.
They stay busy.
Working hard. Yeah. Honestly, I can only respect the hustle. Could not be me. But yeah, and then we will be here next week, same time, same place. Follow along with us on the socials at Strat Chat Pod in case anything changes. And I guess we're out of here.
Yeah, and thank you.